This is KGW News at Sunrise.
It is the big story all week, a heat wave spreading across Oregon, Washington, and much of the Northwest. And right now, a lot of resources going toward helping homeless people who don't always have a way to cool off.
They bring us water. It helps me a lot. It just makes me feel like somebody cares.
Yeah, we tagged along with the Salem organization that gave out water and supplies this weekend. Plus,
you want a little pressure on the throwers, okay? So let's give me that starting infield in there, and everybody else is going to be runners right now. Here we go.
Yes, here we go on a Monday morning, and this is the story about a local high school baseball coach who's roughly 70 years older than his players. He's not 70 years old, he's 70 years older than his players, and the kids say he's still got it. We're going to introduce you to this Oregon Sports Hall of Famer coming up at 5:15.
Oh, whatever you're going to be doing outside, baseball, running, walking, slather on the sunscreen, hydrate. It's going to be blisteringly hot later today.
And do it early.
Yes.
Because the heat of the day is going to be the heat of the day, not only today, but for the next couple of days. Let's get to the weather wall here. It's lit up in all kinds of colors, and they all spell heat across the region, and specifically for Clark County and south to Salem along the I-5 corridor, of course, including the Portland-Vancouver metro area. We are under an excessive heat warning starting at noon today through 9 p.m. Thursday. So several days of high heat, temperatures anywhere from 98 to 103 in that warning area over the next couple of days. It's beautiful out there this morning. The pre-dawn look from our Wells Fargo sky camera, it's also quite mild. 67 last check at PDX. We'll be on our way into the upper 80s by noontime. Guys, I've got us at 98 this afternoon, and then we get a little warmer on Tuesday. Your full forecast in just a few minutes.
Chris, thank you. In response to that excessive heat warning, Washington and Multnomah counties and the city of Portland have issued emergency declarations. Cooling shelters will open in Multnomah County as soon as tomorrow. Community organizations will be doing their part too to help people who are the most vulnerable during extreme heat. Portland's Blanchet House in Old Town will be extra vigilant this week. In addition to its regular meal services, it'll offer water, clean shirts, and hygiene kits to the homeless.
It's very dangerous for the people that we serve, and so we're going to be pushing out a lot of water. We'll fill up wagons with cold water, and we'll walk around the neighborhood and do welfare checks on people.
We've seen the devastating impact extreme heat can have. Dozens of Oregonians died during the heat dome last June. Almost 80% of them were 60 and older, and more than 70% lived alone.
Well, not everyone who needs to escape the heat will have the means to get to a cooling shelter, and some may not even feel comfortable going.
KGW's Christine Pitawanas talked to a couple of organizations in Salem that checked in on the homeless population there over the weekend ahead of this week's heat wave.
Yeah, so the plan today is really just getting out into the community and connecting with those that are experiencing homelessness.
Robert Marshall is the emergency manager with the Arches Project, dedicated to addressing housing instability and helping the homeless.
So we have these 5-gallon water containers, and so half of these are filled with Gatorade beverages, and then half of them are filled up with water.
We caught up with Marshall and his team as they were headed to Gear Park in Northeast Salem.
We saw quite a few people that looked like they might be in need of some services.
The goal throughout the week is to spread information about cooling centers while handing out Gatorade, water, and other supplies to people living on the street.
Hey, you! How are ya?
Marshall says after last year's historic heat wave, the team made sure to plan ahead.
But this year we now have a comprehensive plan in place. If the temperatures are this, then we're going to do this. And this is how much staff and anything that we need for it.
And if somebody's in a state of distress because of heat exhaustion or heat stroke, we'll call 911 and we'll get emergency services out there. So it's a pretty broad operation, and it'll go on for the next several days.
Jimmy Jones is the executive director of the Mid-Willamette Valley Community Action Agency, which oversees the Arches Project.
We have to review our maps to check where everybody is.
Here, my love. Let me give you a couple bottles of water. Here, my love.
That man, Xavier, and others in this parking lot are grateful for the help.
I'm grateful because I know what it's like to be by myself.
They bring us water. It helps me a lot. It just makes me feel like somebody cares.
We have a growing list of cooling shelters in our area on our website, kgw.com. You can also find a cooling shelter or transportation to one by calling the number 211.
All right, let's take a look at some other local headlines this morning. We're going to start with this shooting in southeast Portland. Let's take this video right now, tell you more about this incident from over the weekend. It happened yesterday morning on southeast 148th and Clinton. Officers responded to reports of a domestic violence incident. As they were trying to arrest the man involved, police say he fired a shot, and that's when the officer shot back. We still don't know we still don't know the name of the man who was killed, but this here is a look at the memorial that was set up on Southeast Clinton last night to remember him. Also yesterday morning in Southeast Portland, a hit-and-run driver injured a Portland police officer and a female passenger in another car. Officers responded to reports of a stolen vehicle on Southeast Powell Boulevard. Police say the suspect tried to get away and hit the officer while driving off. He also hit another vehicle with 2 people inside. The female passenger in that vehicle and the officer both went to the hospital. Both are expected to be okay. Police found the stolen vehicle later, but the suspect got away. Aerial video from the Washington County Sheriff's Office shows how a plane was used to track down a reckless driving suspect. So this happened on Friday. Deputies say over the last few weeks they received several reports of 23-year-old Alex Gherkin driving at speeds of well over 100 miles an hour along Highway 26. Officers say Friday morning, Gherkin led the plane and sheriff's deputies on a chase, but deputies eventually did catch up with him and arrested Gherkin. He's now charged with reckless driving and DUI. And that's a look at some of this morning's local headlines.
It's the perfect combination of citrusy, sweet, piney, and floral. You know, it's the classic Oregonian IPA that we've put together.
Just in time for the hot days ahead, there's a new beer in town, and an Eastern Oregon brewing partner helped to produce it. Tim Gordon gives us a taste of the IPA called Hipster Cowboy that is uniquely Oregon.
At Gigantic Brewing in Southeast Portland, they are used to making some great Portland beers. Right now, the taproom has a new pour combining urban and country forces. It's called Hipster Cowboy IPA, and it comes in a bottle, too. The IPA is a collaboration with Barley Brown's Brewing 300 miles away in Baker City. Barley Brown's been around for more than 2 decades, so they know what they're doing. And Gigantic Brewmaster Ben Love thinks what they've created together is great.
Gigantic Brewing, we're the Portland Hipsters. Barley Browns, they're the Cowboys out there in Baker City. And so, yeah, it's totally a tongue-in-cheek name. It's just fun. We just wanted to get together with those guys and make a fun new beer.
Reviews at Gigantic seem to be positive.
Cheers, brother.
And that's coming from some pretty experienced beer drinkers. Behind the bar, bartender Justina's got the sell line down.
We love collaborating with other Oregon breweries, and with this one, we combined our brewing styles to create a true Oregonian IPA.
For Brewmaster Love,
it's the perfect combination of citrusy, sweet, piney, and floral.
Hipster Cowboy IPA is a great example of what not just Portland has to offer.
You know, at this point, it's not just Portland that's known as a great beer city, it's the entire state of Oregon, and that's what this beer represents, is everybody.
Hipster Cowboy is a limited edition. Get it while you can, and cheers. Tim Gordon, KGW News.
Thank you. Yes, stay hydrated, but also drink water. Water, right? Beer does dry you out on a hot day, but it does taste good.
Maybe
right?
wait until it cools off a little bit. Yeah, and we are talking heat of today and really all week. Let's get you out the door this morning. That is a pretty silhouette, a pre-sunrise shot of Mount Hood from our Stoller Vineyard camera. As mentioned before, the sunrise is getting just a little later now that we're getting deeper into the month of July, but in any event, that's a pretty cool shot. This is not. It's a whole lot of, well, watches, advisories, and warnings, and specifically for Clark County all the way south to Salem, so including the Portland-Vancouver metro area, we are under an excessive heat warning starting at noon today. It lasts through Tuesday, Wednesday, all the way through 9 p.m. on Thursday. And we are expecting temperatures in the warning area from Vancouver south to Salem to range somewhere between 98 and 103. over the next couple of days. We're off to a very mild start. 67, that'll serve as our launching pad for a warmer day today here in Portland than yesterday. And even as we hop over the Cascades, nobody terribly cool. Baker City in the upper 40s, enjoy that because you are on your way into the 90s this afternoon as well. Futurecast, unlike yesterday where we had some cloud cover in the morning, each day has brought less and less morning cloud cover. Today, no morning cloud cover, at least not east of the Coast Range. We will be high and dry and sunny with a little bit of a north and northeast breeze developing later this afternoon, which will help to intensify the heat later. One thing I did want to point out, and let's forget about that little timestamp there up there on the top of your screen, but you see the wildfire smoke here in our visible satellite imagery. This is from yesterday over Central California. The Oak Fire near Yosemite has put out a significant plume of wildfire smoke, and this is projected by some of our models to work its way northward. So we'll see if, how thick that gets and whether or not that has any play in our high temperature forecast. Right now, I'm not anticipating that, but, as always, we'll keep our eyes on it. Let's take it to the beach right now. It'll be the one place where I think you can escape the heat here, at least locally, with temperatures in the upper 70s today and really all week. We go out to the gorge. Hot stuff. Check this out. 108 in the Dalles this afternoon. Excessive heat warning for you. Central Oregon, it'll be up near the century mark again for you today and even warmer, I think, as we head into tomorrow and up and down the I-5 corridor. Futurecast pegs Portland, Salem, Corvallis at about 98 degrees today. And then we probably top the century mark tomorrow. I'm not sure about Wednesday, but I've got 100 there before we slowly stair-step our way down from that intense heat later in the week, guys.
All right, Chris, thank you for that. Here's what's coming up next on Sunrise.
Good throws now. Double play ball. Got to get him in the chest. In the chest. Everything's in the chest.
Including that man's huge heart. He loves the game of baseball, and he loves teaching it to kids. That's why he's been doing it now for nearly 60 years. We're going to have more with 83-year-old Royce McDaniel coming up after this quick break.
I'm going to do whatever he says because I'm afraid of him already. Okay, we're getting ready for the KGW School Supply Drive. It kicks off in 1 week, and we need your help to collect. And we want to give a shout out this morning to Lionheart Coffee in Beaverton for signing up to be a collection site for us. You can sign up your business as well. Go to kgw.com/school. We will send you a collection kit so you can collect supplies for your school district.